Occasionally, animals in the wild will decide to attack their own species. Two or more alpha males or even an entire pack can come to a disagreement. Killing newborns is sometimes done by animals as a means of establishing dominance or passing on their genes. If you're curious and you want to witness strange animal behavior, keep watching as we count down 15 moments of animals attacking and eating each other. Number 15, ground squirrel. These two ground squirrels fought it out, but after one of the squirrels killed the other one, it started to eat the dead squirrel. I guess even squirrels turn to cannibalism when they're hungry. This squirrel is carrying another dead squirrel to eat it. It's on the sidewalk and it's trying to find a more discreet place to eat. It eventually figures out there's nowhere to go with the dead animal, so it abandons it and climbs up a brick wall and into a yard. Here is another squirrel munching on one of his own. You can see he has eaten most of the meat around his victim's neck and isn't stopping anytime soon. This squirrel is eating right through another dead squirrel without a problem. Whatever they can find to eat seems to work for these little rodents. Number 14, fish. Cannibalism is a trait of the piranha. The red-bellied piranha is a carnivore. Piranha have been shown to nip at the tail and eyes of other piranha if they feel threatened. In addition, they eat fish as a natural part of their diet. They will eat another piranha if they are hungry, even if they aren't used to it. During the dry season when food is scarce, this occurs more frequently in the wild. If they aren't fed enough or the tank is too small, it can happen in an aquarium. In this case, the tank was too small to accommodate the fish. Watch this giant grouper eat this guy's fish in one bite. His fish literally disappears. These piranhas are fed catfish, and you can see what's left of the catfish when the owner holds it in his hand at the end of the video. This fish is extremely dangerous and will eat other fish without hesitating. You can see it trying to swallow the remains of its prey in the video. Number 13, snails. Whoever thought snails ate other snails? Well, they do. And you can see just how they do so by looking at this video. The only problem is this snail isn't able to for some reason, and the other snail is left unharmed. Now, here is a snail that knows what it's doing. It just grabs and sucks the smaller snail right in, and it's all over. This snail finds a small meal and swallows it all. It doesn't get gooier than this, ladies and gentlemen. Number 12, prairie dogs. In black-tailed prairie dogs, infanticide is a common occurrence, but not so in Gunnison's prairie dogs. Even though it's not clear why the dominant male of the clan took issue with a mother's decision to move her 3 babies to a new burrow, this behavior was captured. 5 weeks old, these babies have not yet made their first appearance in the outside world. The killer and other family members continued their cannibalism. Number 11, tigers. Tigers would hunt each other if there was a reason, but it is not in their nature. The felines compete for a territory and they ferociously defend that territory from other tigers. They may expand their territory to include places with a healthy prey base. It's a clash of the titans when these two tigers engage. With their massive paws and large teeth, they can inflict serious damage. Both equipped with the same weapons, the big cats seem to be headed towards a draw. Tiger comes into the picture, and I'm guessing she's the female they were fighting over. This tiger fights, holds, and suffocates one of his own. But there are no rules when an animal is hungry. You eat or kill what you can. I must admit it's weird watching a tiger kill another tiger. Number 10, crocodiles. In our thumbnail, a huge crocodile is crushing a much smaller one. We don't see what happens next, but it's easy to imagine. With this amazing overhead shot, it's easy to see a horde of crocodiles killing and eating one of their own. During a mid-morning game drive in the Kruger National Park, wildlife enthusiasts decided to visit the well-known Sunset Dam. When they arrived, they saw a massive crocodile with a smaller crocodile in its mouth. They assumed a small fight would ensue, and that would be the end of that. The croc was initially caught by its tail and was about to escape when the larger cannibal crocodile went in for another grab and, unfortunately, grabbed it just the right spot, making escape impossible. They returned to Sunset Dam late that afternoon to find the larger crocodile almost parading his kill around the dam. The smaller, now very dead crocodile belly up, being relocated, presumably to a more suitable location to be eaten. And a bit of a feeding frenzy ensued, basically pulling the smaller crocodile bit by bit. With so many crocodiles close to one another, scuffles are bound to occur. You can see one of the crocodiles perform the death roll on another crocodile and breaks his leg. Here's a crocodile with a foot fetish, and he holds on to another crocodile's foot without letting go. I didn't know crocodiles had fetishes like this. Among all these alligators, one of them seems to be hungry and he's not ready to wait for dinner. So he decides to pick on a smaller and younger alligator. He bites him right on his back and holds him there. Number 9, praying mantis. A female mantis is eating a poor male that wanted to get a little action. Well, he got more action than he asked for. True, love has the power to break your heart. If you're a male praying mantis, on the other hand, it can literally eat you alive. The female bites off his head during mating and then devours his corpse for nourishment. In the world of the praying mantis, it's the female that controls everything, and the males are just tools for the mantises to reproduce. This female praying mantis takes her mate onto the street to humiliate him, as she tears his head off and devours him before copulation. This male mantis finds out his partner is into a little BDSM. Perhaps put off by the unwelcome advances of the male or simply driven by hunger, the female mantis begins to eat her suitor. Eventually, his head drops away, but remarkably, this male isn't entirely dead. He's begun to impregnate her. The female has removed his head, and with it, the brain cells that control his inhibitions. But his abdomen has its own nerve cells that control the act of copulation, and they allow him to pass on his genes even in the process of dying.